Hi, how you doing, and welcome back to a video on the channel. What we have for you today is our preview going into Game Week 28, how my team's done in Game Week 27, and my thoughts moving forward, especially regarding the blank Game Week in 29. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, like the video, it's always appreciated, and the support has been great all season. Let's take a look at my team. So as we get the team on the board, it was a reasonable Game Week, to be honest. We did have a red arrow of about 10k, but I'm still 25k overall in the world, which is brilliant. So, normally when I get a red arrow, it's a lot more than 10k, so I will absolutely take that. Really, the main selection was whether I started Solanke or Gordon. I decided to start Solanke because I thought, well, with the injury he had, he's either going to start or he's not going to play at all. He's very unlikely to come on. And then if he did start, well, I would want Solanke for 90 minutes against Burnley. As it happened, he did start, but he did also blank, and then Gordon did score. So I was down 6 points on that. But in hindsight, if you'd have said Solanke 90 minutes versus Burnley or Gordon, I would still have picked Solanke. We did actually end up going with only 10 players in our starting 11. Maguire didn't play, Porro was still injured, Lascelles didn't get on, so defensively wasn't a great game week. And we maybe do need to address that with the transfers moving forward, but lots of attacking returns. Could have been more for someone like Saka, and it was disappointing that Foden and Haaland's points didn't swap around. So yeah, not too bad overall. Really happy with how the season is going. Let's take a look at the fixtures. So the fixtures for this game week, and it is a double game week as well, so it is important to bear that in mind. It's not the sort of game week where you're going to get in a load of Bournemouth or Luton players necessarily, but it is a game week where you might start moving away from someone like Haaland as captaincy, especially because Man City play Liverpool away. Even though Liverpool have quite a few injuries, you would say someone like Solanke with Sheffield United and Luton at home, in terms of a fixture combination, it's never going to get any better than that, having those two teams at home. Unless, of course, you were going to maybe play Burnley at home instead of Luton. But either way, those teams are conceding, especially Sheffield United in this first game. So for me, I probably am thinking of captaining Solanke over Haaland. And I think if you own him, I think you should probably do the same. So the team we've got for this game week is looking all right, really. In terms of transfers, I do have 2 free transfers and 4.5 million in the bank. I don't really feel the need to, attack the double necessarily because, teams like Bournemouth, they blank in game week 29. And I have a little bit of a problem at the moment because as it stands, if Pedro Porro isn't fit, I currently have 3 players playing in game week 29, which is a little bit of a problem in some respects. In others, I'm not that fussed because the teams that are playing in 29 are Brentford, Villa, Burnley, Luton, Fulham, Forest, Spurs and West Ham. And that West Ham Villa game, they're playing each other, so that's quite hard to call. I'm definitely not thinking of free hitting in game week 29 because I just think the upside for that game week is not really that great, to be honest. Like the teams that are playing for one game week, it's not really worth it. And I think, if you sort of go all in on that game week and then in a few game weeks' time, there's a massive double game week, I think you're going to regret using your free hit. And I'm probably going to be the same. So I'm probably going to have my fingers crossed for game week 29. That is absolutely for sure. And my preview video is going to look a little sparse in terms of the players who are playing. But I do have 3 free transfers until then. So I could really get it up to 6 or 7 players. And with 4.5 million in the bank, one of those players could be Son. I'm very capable here of doing something like Gordon to Son. And, then having Son against his matchup and really sort of using that as my advantage for that game week. I think if you can get in a few big hitters, it's quality rather than quantity for game week 29. So I wouldn't panic if you're in the same position as me. I would just maybe look at getting in a couple of transfers here and there just to bolster your squad in key areas. But bear in mind, if they're players that you don't want long term, you then also have to transfer them out. Is it worth using double the transfers to say get one player in and then another transfer to get someone out? I do need to get a defender in anyway. So there is a chance I might get someone in like Mengi or Kabore for 3.94 million from Luton, just because they have a double game week this game week and they play in the blank game week 29. And, you know, at the moment I've got Maguire who isn't playing, so I could transfer out Maguire and actually get a bit more money in the transfer funds for hopefully upgrading to Salah at some point in the near future. So let me know what you think. Is there anyone that you think I should get in for game week 29? I know there's a lot of holes in the team at the moment, but I feel all right about it. But always keen to know your thoughts. Likewise, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. If you are interested in sort of wildcarding, take a look at the wildcard video that is on the screen right about now. And I hope you have a great game week, and I'll see you in the next one.